Welcome to the place. I am the Christian. We know that you are the atheist. I'm asking for your perspective of reality. I'm not interested in debating because that's boring. That's so 2005. Yes, we disagree. And that's one of the things I've been talking about here recently. The message I'm conveying is, imagine that you could fundamentally disagree with someone, yet not look down on them, yet not judge them. And that's where I'm coming from. I don't judge you. I don't look down on you because we have different perspectives. I accept that we have different perspectives. And I think what would be interesting is if we are able to engage in conversations, and maybe we could see some things that we actually see eye to eye on. So here is what I'm asking. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. I have a sticky note that I keep things on here because I have these ideas that come to me. So here we go. It says, others not converted. Why are those converted, not you? Okay, yeah. See, that's something interesting to me. So one of the things that I have definitely realized from making these videos here in what's left of 2019, a major theme that's been coming up in these videos that I've made for Atheist is, I would say, choose to believe. I referring to myself saying, I choose to believe. And that just triggered so many of my atheist viewers saying it's impossible to choose to believe. There's no reason to believe if it is real, if it exists. And then atheists were saying, well, basically, that they as the individual atheists have yet to see any proof that God is real, that God exists. Okay, so please note very carefully, I have zero interest in debating whether God exists. That's boring. I'm not trying to prove you wrong, ignorant, immoral. If you're implying the same for me, our conversation's over. There's nothing for us to talk about. Here's what I do want to talk about. I want to have an intellectual conversation with you. So let's imagine this. I have said I am closed-minded to becoming an atheist. And that's its own video because I'm closed-minded to the idea, yet I admit I could be wrong. And I think that's an interesting paradox. That's its own video. But specifically, when atheists talk about their perception, what they say is that they are open-minded if there was a way it could be proven that God is real, that God exists, that all this is real. What I believe, then they could ultimately believe, but it wouldn't be believing because it would be real. So for atheists, believing is not a thing. Either it exists and they accept reality because it's presented to them, or if it requires faith, if it requires a belief, then it's not something they're going to do. That's my understanding based on what many individual atheists have said. So basically, the concept is I'll believe it when I see it, which I've been saying that from my perspective, that's impossible. You can't believe something when you see it because you believe something because you can't see it. So we have completely opposite, and it's almost like a paradox within itself. You're saying I'll believe it when I see it, and I'm saying you can't believe it even if you saw it because at that moment it wouldn't be believing. It would be accepting it as it is. So to choose to believe means you're accepting that it can't be proven to you, but you're going to choose to believe it. And atheists struggle with that concept because they say there's no such thing as choosing to believe. So somewhere in the mix, I almost feel we're on the same wavelength, even if from opposite ends of that viewpoint. Here's my question though. If you as an individual atheist could be convinced, so you're open-minded, most of you admit you are open-minded to believing or to becoming a Christian, what I should say. That's probably the safer way to say it. Most individual atheists who have left comments have admitted they would be open to becoming a Christian if it could be proven that God is real. Which again, to me, is no longer believing at that point. But either way, in that event, you're open-minded. So help me understand this out. I'm closed-minded to become an atheist. You're, in theory, open-minded to become a Christian if it can be proven to you. So my question is, throughout history, many atheists have converted to Christianity and have become outspoken Christians. So my question to you, how and why? Are those former atheists inferior to you? Were they weak atheists? It's funny, I had one person leave a comment recently on one of my atheist videos, and they actually, their screen name is Strong Atheist, and their opening statement was, I am a strong atheist, and let this whole comment. Well, that's interesting. So what about all the atheists that convert to Christianity? What does that mean for them? They heard something, they perceived something to become converted. So the thing I'm trying to sort out right now is, then why not you? Whatever that was, whatever the thing was that they needed to hear, understand, or perceive, or whatever it is, they got it. And now they're not an atheist. Now they are a Christian. But why not you? Is it because that they were inferior atheists? Why? Why can some atheists be converted to Christianity while others cannot? The ultimate thing I'm really trying to understand is, if there were this really big riddle that needed to be solved, that this stumbling block, this wall that keeps atheists from converting to Christianity, if there was this one major thing, that if that could be resolved, they could become a Christian. And that would, then it'd be like the universal way to be converted from an atheist to Christian, but it doesn't appear that way. So many atheists have been converted to Christianity to become outspoken Christians. But you, the individual atheist, why can others in the world that are atheists be converted but not you? Is it because they're weak? I'm trying to understand that. Help me understand that concept. Your comment belongs right here.